Published as the B-side for Start Over, many could be forgiven for thinking that BAND-MAID Screaming was more positioned as a overcompensation for its more poppy counterpart. However, Screaming itself both manages to mark a very important turning point in the band's history and progression, as well as exemplifying so many of the things that make the band great, as you would expect from one of their strongest songs. First of all, what is that turning point? Well, this is a point which really marks the beginning of that Konami sound that has now become so prevalent and so signature in her guitar work since this song, which is that very cutting, you could almost say screaming, frantic style of guitar riffing played through a much more thin and sharp sound on the guitar with a sort of octave pedal involved as well. This is something that ever since Screaming she's used a lot more. It became very, very much commonplace on the Unseen World album, as well as being seemingly something that's going to come up a lot on the new Unleashed mini album EP thing as well, as it seems to have been very prevalent on the singles in between. Now, this is something that, obviously, love it or hate it, is definitely a sound that Konami is going for, and I think does give the band a signature standout style. If you like something that you can immediately say, well, that is BAND-MAID, before even the song has really got into its verses and the sounds of Psyche's beautiful voice. Yes, this is a sound that really gives them their own guitar identity as well. But that's not just about making their own sound. This song as well, like I say, quintessentially sums up a lot of the things that make BAND-MAID so good about their songwriting. Not only does it manage to deliver a very catchy chorus in a song that is frantically charging at all times, but again, it manages to always fill in the gaps. The beat is pretty much constantly charging throughout, but however, despite that, there's brilliant breakdowns in the second verse. The bridge itself goes through multiple stages, including that first bit where it goes a little bit hip-hop, which I really love. Psyche beautifully changes her voice for that, before a solo that is frantic, but just the right length, not overplaying its hand, and then you get that lovely interplay between Psyche and Miku's voice bursting you into the last chorus. This is a song that is alive with ideas. It manages to stay catchy, it manages to stay full on, it doesn't lose its energy, and yet at the same time doesn't just get stuck in the rut of doing the same thing over and over again. For me, it is an interesting identity progression for the band, as well as a sign that they were not going to give up on what made them such a great band to begin with, and I think it also has led us on to a lot of the great things that we're hearing from the band now, and therefore it is a song that is absolutely worth going back to and listening to again if you're even the slightest BAND-MAID fan, and if you're not, you should listen to it because it's a great song.